Welcome back to another Madden 21 video I have for you guys here today. Now today we're going to be doing a rebuild of sorts, but this one's going to be a little bit different. So instead of doing like a classic 3 to 5 year rebuild, today's video is going to be a 1 year rebuild of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I chose the Jaguars, of course, just because they have the first overall pick. So technically they are the worst team. So I figured this could be pretty fun. So pretty much the idea is that I'm going to be making a bunch of trades, none for draft picks because draft picks are going to be useless in this rebuild. I'm just going to be making a whole bunch of trades, trying to get some superstars on the team if possible, and I'm going to see if I can make this team a playoff contender this first season. But really quickly, if you guys end up enjoying this video, hitting that like button down below is much appreciated. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button down below. I'm going to quickly go over the roster, kind of just say what I plan to do with each of these players. Of course, at quarterback, we have Gardner Minshew. He's a 69 overall. I'd like to get a different quarterback. I don't actually think I've ever traded for a quarterback in this game, so I really don't know how easy it's going to be, or difficult in some cases. So we're going to see what kind of market we have. Maybe we can get some older quarterback who typically wins MVP or something. That could be a pretty decent idea. At running back, though, we have James Robinson. Now, I don't know if James Robinson will be the running back here for this season. James Robinson is great. He had a really good rookie season in real life, but I just don't anticipate him playing that well in one season in a franchise. So I might just go out and get a stud running back because they're pretty easy to trade for in this game. Now, this team has some pretty good receivers on it as well. DJ Chark can probably at least be the number 2. Laviska Shenault, I would not mind being the slot receiver, but maybe we go out and trade for another number 1 receiver, maybe Julio Jones. Because he's actually very easy to trade for in this game. So Julio Jones might be someone we go after. Maybe I try some other trade options first. Now, the offensive line, I think the only 2 players who are for sure going to stay are Andrew Norwell and Brandon Linder. Those guys are perfectly fine at their positions. I might as well just go out and trade for a couple other offensive linemen because they are very easy to get. And then tight end isn't super important, but tight ends also are pretty easy to get here in Madden. So we might just go out and trade for one of those as well. Defensively, this is where it gets more interesting, I think, because I feel like trading for stud defensive players is much more difficult. But at least we have Jonathan Allen, we have Miles Jack, Joe Schobert is perfectly fine there at middle linebacker. CJ Henderson should be fine at cornerback, number 1 or 2, probably number 2. I'd rather have at least Sidney Jones be the number 1, but maybe somebody even better. But then we have some holes at defensive tackle. I can probably get a new defensive tackle. I don't think they're too hard to trade for. I'll kind of see what the market's looking like there too. Another edge rusher is going to be rough to get, but we do have like Kayvon Chason who might be able to do something in his rookie season. Adam Gotsis isn't super good. He's a little bit better than Chason, I guess, technically. And then safeties, we don't really have great safeties. So we do have some work to do on the defensive side. I plan on trading away a lot. I'm going to probably like milk this team for as much value as possible. And of course, no draft picks are going to be acquired. I don't have to worry about that, which is actually quite nice. I probably will be trading away most of our draft picks just to make sure we maximize, the trade value on this team. So let's go ahead, make a couple trades. I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to trade for first, but of course I will take you guys along the way. So you can't see her with like my current face cam size, but Mookie joined me. She's on my bed. She's hanging out. But the first trade here is going to be for J.C. Jackson. We are getting a number 1 corner on this team. James O'Shaughnessy, Dwayne Smoot, and Al Woods are going to the Patriots. This next trade is going to be A.J. Kahn, Abry Jones, and a 5th round draft pick of this following season for Von Miller, who was going to be playing defensive end. We're actually going to get Julio Jones, and we're really not giving away all that much. Adam Gotsis, DJ Hayden, and Kamalea Correa will get Julio Jones. We are giving 2 receivers here, Keelan Cole and Dede Westbrook, to the Eagles for Brandon Brooks. The running back for this team is going to be Saquon Barkley. So Taven Bryan, Trey Herndon, and a 2nd round draft pick will get Barkley. I finally found a quarterback who we can get. We're giving up so much, but we are getting Tom Brady. He's a 95 overall. For 1 season, this should work out really well. Of course, we're getting rid of both of our 1st round draft picks and Devon Hamilton. Now we just really badly need some D tackles. Well, that was really easy. Gerard Wilson straight up from Matthew Ioannidis. We are being massively cheesy, but that's the whole point of this video. Gardner Minshew and Chris Thompson are going to the Buccaneers for Ali Marpet. I'm landing a safety here in Keanu Neal, and I'm getting rid of Chris Conley, Aaron Lynch, and Jawan Taylor. Okay, I actually did not expect that to go through at all. But Kayvon Chason, Tyler Shatley, I feel like his name is, maybe I'm wrong with that one, and then Dare, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, for Harrison Smith. So he's going to play maybe free safety, because I'm sure he has way better zone coverage than Keanu Neal has, but that just made our secondary a lot better. All right, so essentially all the trade value we have left on the team is going to the Falcons for Alex Mack. This is definitely an overtrade, but it doesn't really matter. I was really close to getting Grady Jarrett, but there was no way I would have been able to, and now Alex Mack just finishes the offensive line. Okay, so I messed up a little bit. I didn't mean to actually trade that defensive tackle in that last trade, so I have to go out and get another one. We are getting Christian Wilkins for Cam Robinson. Okay, so I was able to make this team an 86 overall, 88 offense, 84 defense. I probably could have been even more efficient with my trading, but a few of the trades I made, I definitely gave up a little bit too much, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I still think this team is very good, and I think they should be able to make it into the postseason. But on the offense, we now have Tom Brady, Saquon Barkley, Julio Jones. James Robinson is just going to be the backup running back. I think he can be fine down there. And then DJ Chark and Laviska Shenault are the other two receivers. The offensive line is very different. Brandon Brooks is playing left tackle, Ali Marpet playing right tackle, Alex Mack playing center, Brandon Linder playing left guard. Almost all of these guys are out of position, but you know how it goes in Madden. Tyler Eifert remained the tight end. I think he can, do perfectly fine there at a 76 overall. And then on the defensive side, the only position I didn't really target was linebacker, because I think we have two good linebackers on this team already. The third linebacker doesn't seem to matter too much when it comes to simulation, but of course now we have Von Miller, we have Harrison Smith, J.C. Jackson, Matthew Ioannidis, Keanu Neal is on the team as well. This team obviously is incredibly different, but that's totally expected. I'm hoping this team can make it into the postseason. I think they should be able to, but let's see how it goes. All right, so we made the playoffs, but we went 9-7, so not really a crazy good season. I certainly thought this team would play better than this, but whatever, we're in the postseason. 7-9 then for the rest of the division. Let's go over these stats. Tom Brady, 4,863 yards, 38 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. Weird, like Jameis Winston kind of season, but okay. I mean, sure, that's interesting. Saquon Barkley only had 859 yards with 7 touchdowns. Thought he'd do better than that. James Robinson ran, honestly, like a little bit better, it seemed like. Well, not by too much. He had 0.2 more yards per carry. 5 touchdowns as well, so they're pretty similar. I mean, I guess it's fine. Julio Jones had a lot of yards, 1,100 yards. DJ Chark had over 1,000 yards. Tyler Eifert, almost 1,000. Laviska Shenault, almost 1,000. We almost had 4 1,000-yard receivers. The top 3 guys got 8 touchdowns. Laviska Shenault gets 10. All right. Blocking was very solid. Okay, cool to see that. Defensively, 108 tackles for Joe Schoberts, 15 tackles for loss for Von Miller, 13 for Josh Allen, and the edge rushing duo was phenomenal, combining for, 27 sacks? That's pretty awesome to see. 5.5 then for Joe Schobert. Okay. 5 picks for Miles Jack. He had a great year. 4 for J.C. Jackson. 1 for Josh Allen, Joe Schobert, Quincy Williams, Harrison Smith, C.J. Henderson, Sidney Jones, Josiah Scott, and Shaquille Quarterman. Okay, so we have a lot of interceptions. At least a lot of people with interceptions. We were first in the NFL on offense in terms of yardage, and then we were 9th on defense. Phillip Rivers is going to win MVP. Tom Brady got number 7. I don't think it should be that close, considering how many interceptions he threw. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Josh Allen. Tom Brady got number 8. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Myles Garrett. Anybody from the Jags? Josh Allen at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Tua. We do have Laviska Shenault at number 6, and James Robinson at number 9. Defensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Henderson at number 6. Okay. Best quarterback is Phillip Rivers. Tom Brady at number 2, apparently. Best running back is Nick Chubb. Probably no Saquon. Actually makes it at number 10. Best receiver is Zach Pascal. Sure. DJ Chark and Julio Jones, though, at 7 and 8. And then Laviska Shenault at number 10. That's cool. Best offensive lineman is Mitchell Schwartz. Brandon Brooks, though, at number 6. Alex Mack, Ali Marpet at 9 and 10. Best D lineman is Myles Garrett. Josh Allen, though, at number 3. Von Miller at number 5. Best linebacker is TJ Watts. We do have Miles Jack, though, at number 10. I feel like he's very low on that list. Best defensive back is Derwin James. J.C. Jackson, though, at number 5. And then best kicker, we do have Josh Lambo at number 5. Let's get it. All right, so, I mean, like, we technically successfully rebuilt this team, at least in the sense that we, took them to the playoffs. But I don't really think we're going to do too well in the playoffs, considering we have to go up against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. We might have a higher overall team. We do. We're in 89. They're in 87. But I mean, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and Patrick Mahomes all on the same team. Insane. Let's advance this one. And we actually won. Okay, 31-17. And now we have to take on the Chargers. They're another very good team in this game. They're an 85 overall. Let's head to the conference championship. Let's see if we can take the Jags all the way to the conference championship. And we actually can. 42-21. We have to take on the Bills. Let's get it, dude. I'm not sure how I feel about this one because, once again, the Bills are nuts. But let's go to the Super Bowl, where we are not in it. That is very sad. Let's sim by, though. The Packers and the Bills. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? The Packers are going to win 38-27. So sadly, even with my best efforts, I couldn't win the Super Bowl. But I'm down to do this again with some other teams. I think it could be really fun. But let me know what team you guys would like me to do next in the same fashion, and I certainly will do that. I guess down in the comments, thumbs up the comments of the teams that you want me to do rather than just commenting them a whole bunch of different times. It's just much easier that way. But a quick look at the development trade upgrades. So Tyler Eifert is up to star development. And then on the defensive side, Miles Jack is up. And so is JC Jackson. Quincy Williams is also up. That's interesting. And I think that is it for the development trade upgrades. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Where every step you take is true.